April 9th, 2026, A Meditative Life. The Word has great power. Beloved saints, have you rested into the peace of the Lord today? On the journey of life we live, there are times when a fierce snowstorm hits, blocking our plans and our steps. On a cold Sunday morning, in December 1850, a severe snowstorm fell into the city of Colchester, England, making it impossible to see even an inch ahead. Due to the bitter weather, traffic was completely cut off, and a young boy, unable to go to his usual church, turned his steps and entered the nearest small chapel to escape the snow. However, on that particular day, even the pastor of that small church could not step up to the pulpit due to the heavy snow. Inevitably, facing the small number of saints gathered into the chapel, an ordinary layman who had never formally studied theology stepped up to the pulpit to deliver the message instead. With a stuttering voice, he carefully read the words from the Old Testament, Isaiah chapter 45 verse 22, "Turn to me and be saved, all you ends of the earth." His sermon was far from brilliant rhetoric or logical fluency. It was truly clumsy and unrefined. But into the heart of the boy sitting into the back of the chapel, a deep spiritual storm was raging. Listening to the clumsy sermon, the boy endlessly questioned his own soul. Am I looking at the true God right now? Do I have an unshakable assurance of salvation deep within my soul? A dark shadow was cast deeply over the face of the boy, who was agonizing over his inability to find the answers himself. At that moment, the gaze of the layman preaching on the platform paused and rested on the boy. As if speaking for God's still small voice, he cried out toward the boy, "Young man, you look very miserable right now. The more you feel that way, do not look at your own wounds and weaknesses, but look only to Jesus Christ." This ordinary and crude single phrase thrown by an unknown layman, not a famous quote from a fluent preacher, was deeply embedded as a hot flame of life into the boy's cold chest. In that moment, the thick darkness covering the boy's soul lifted and the radiant light of salvation seeped into. This boy, who experienced the spiritual transformation of a lifetime, is the great preacher Charles Spurgeon, who was later called the Prince of Preachers and led countless souls to the Lord. Beloved, the Word of God is not confined to human eloquence or knowledge. The Word itself has an overwhelming vitality that brings dead souls back to life. When our souls are exhausted and drying up, what we must do is not meditate on the despair within ourselves, but turn our eyes to Jesus, the Lord of salvation. Today, I earnestly bless you to have a miraculous day of diligently sharing that life-giving Word, which saved me through clumsy but sincere lips, with your neighbors, and fully looking only to Jesus alone. Meditation and application. The first meditation is looking only to the Lord amidst hardship. We must look back to see whether, when we encounter unexpected snowstorms into life, and our plans go awry, and our souls become weary, our eyes are stolen by the desperate situation, or whether we are looking at Jesus Christ who saves us. Are you agonizing into the worries of the world, unable to find the assurance of salvation by your own strength? Today, whenever fear and anxiety rush into your heart, let us lay down our weaknesses before the cross, confess, "Lord, I look only to Jesus," and offer a prayer of resolution to fix our spiritual gaze back onto the Lord. The second meditation is becoming a channel to share the word of life. We must look back to see if we truly believe that it is not a person's brilliant eloquence, but the rugged yet sincere word of the gospel itself that has the power to save souls. Aren't you enjoying the grace of salvation given to you all by yourself while remaining silent to the dying souls around you? So that the life-giving power of Jesus I have met may flow through my life, let us live a blessed day, courageously sharing warm, heartfelt encouragement and the words of the gospel to one person around us who needs spiritual comfort into the place of life given to me today.